Hello everyone and welcome to Lovella's Coloring. How are you guys doing? I hope that you're all doing well. So my daughters just finished their finals this week, so I'm hoping to make the most of this weekend and do as many videos as I can while they can watch their little brother. And I'm going to start off with this coloring tag that was created by Sassy Coloring. I was tagged to do this video by Colorfully Optimistic, and I have to apologize. I am so sorry that I am just finally doing this tag. So it is called the Coloring Habits, and there are 10 questions to answer. So I'll have that list of questions in the video description, and you can also find the question on the bottom of the screen as I answer the questions. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the page I will be coloring in while I answer the questions is this Alice in Wonderland page. It is in the Disney Dreams collection, original art by Thomas Kincaid coloring book. And I am doing this page as a buddy color with the awesome Kelly. His Instagram name is Color Journey with Kelly. Please check out his Instagram gallery. And I'm also doing this page for several color alongs on both Instagram and YouTube. So there is one called hashtag Alice Along 2021 for Shalene the Coloring Book Nook. There's another one called hashtag Bunny Mania 2021 for Passionista Colorista. There's hashtag Bunny Animals of March 2021, and that is hosted by Effie Colors on Instagram. And what else? There's another one called hashtag I colored this first page for Instagram, and it is hosted by I colored all this pages, and her color along is similar to mine, and so this one is also for my color along called hashtag March Color Your Horn 2021. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the questions. I am using Prismacolor Premiere. I have the dark green right over here. So the first question to the Coloring Habits tag is, do you have a certain place for coloring? So for me, yes, I do have a certain place for coloring, which is where I film. So this desk is where I usually do a majority of my coloring. I do sometimes color in bed, but that's usually like late at night, if I'm watching something on TV at the same time. But I can't really color that much or for that long in bed because it ends up hurting my back. So yeah, so my desk here where I film is the place that I color the most. So number 2 is, what time of the day do you feel most inspired? Well, that's kind of hard question to answer because it's just whenever I'm coloring, I guess. And usually I color the most at night, so I'm going to say at night is when I guess I would feel a lot more inspired. But I'm usually coloring all throughout the day. Like this whole grass, or actually from here to here, was what I've done today and Saturday. And I did little sections at a time. So I forgot what the question is. Yeah, so usually I color the most at night, so I would say nighttime would be the time I am the most inspired. So number 3 is, can you stop mid-picture or do you have to finish it? And since I said in the last question that I stopped multiple times, yes, I can stop mid-picture to do whatever I need to do, fix lunch, dinner, do laundry, come back, color, hang out with the kids, come back and color. And yeah, it's just I'm able to stop mid coloring. Usually I am working on one thing, and so I'll have the pencils out here so I can just pick up and continue. But the only time that I feel that I have to finish a page is when I'm at the, I forgot what you would call it, where I'm like finishing the last of the page and I just have to put the details on. That's when I would feel inspired to finish the page straight on, no matter what time it is. Like, it could be like 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm done with the page. I just need to put little details here and there. That's the time when I would be inspired to finish it. So number 4 is, do you eat or drink while coloring? While coloring, I do not eat. I have had accidents where like food would drop on my coloring and would leave like oily spots on it. So ever since that's happened, I always stop coloring, put my page away. If I'm at my desk, I would sometimes just be like watching YouTube, but eating at my desk. The only thing I would do, I would drink while I was coloring. Well, I don't know if you can do that. I would pause, drink, and then go back and color again. But I can't eat and color at the same time. Drinking, I would have to pause and drink, and I can go back and drink. So yeah. So number 5, multitasking, music or TV while coloring. Yes, I can do that. When I feel like listening to music, I listen to music. I do watch YouTube. Not on my TV, I watch it on my laptop or sometimes my phone. But yeah, I can do that. Just recently, I'm still rewatching all of the seasons from Supernatural, but I want to pay attention for season 15, which is the last season. So I'm kind of saving that for when I'm not like doing details like this kind of page, or maybe I'm doing like color by numbers or something like that, and I can pay attention more to the series as I watch. But sometimes I'll like rewatch shows to have in the background as I color. So number 6 is one picture at a time or multiple. So for me, when I started, I would only do one picture at a time, and I would stay with that picture until I was done. So sometimes one page would take me 2 weeks because I would like lose inspiration, I guess, to color it, and I would just leave it there until I feel inspired again. And it wasn't until not until I started YouTube where I started coloring multiple pages. So for example, right now I have 2 other whips along with this one, and yeah, so if this one gets tiring with doing all the flicking, I can go and work on another coloring, one of my other whips. So yeah, so now I don't have any problems working on multiple illustrations. So number 7 is, do you only color at home or do you take it on the go? Since it's been like COVID and stuff, I only color at home. But if I were to go like to an appointment or like just a day trip or something like that, I wouldn't bring my coloring stuff with me. I would just leave it at home. If we were going to go on like a vacation where it's like multiple days, that's when I would bring my coloring stuff. But most of my colorings are done at home. I think if I were to take any colorings with me, even for just for a couple days, I'll probably just take like markers with me. I wouldn't take my pencils, only because I end up having to use a lot. Like for this page, just for the grass, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors just for the grass. So I like it spread out on my desk. And so yeah, I don't bring pencil with me if it's just for a couple day trip or like camping or something like that. It would just be with like markers and 1 or 2 coloring books. I can color with those markers. But yeah, I only color at home for that question. So number 8 is, do you try to convince people in your life to start coloring? And yes, I did try to convince family and friends to color with me. I think everyone has done that, especially when you first start coloring. And before I started YouTube, it's like it can be kind of lonely. I remember going to parties and talking about it, but I stopped talking about it with my friends because I was the only one that was pretty much interested in it. So even with family, I don't really talk to them about coloring that much. My family actually just this past year found out that I have a YouTube channel, because I don't advertise it to my family and friends. It's my son that does, my oldest son. He's like 12 years old. He loves to tell everyone that I have a YouTube. I don't. I'm like, just watch my channel if you like coloring. if you're not really interested, then I have no worries if they don't watch it or anything like that. So I think the only person out of everyone, all of my friends and family, that I've tried to get into coloring, the only person is my dad, who happens to be the person that taught me how to color in the first place. But he just recently found out that he doesn't like coloring with pencils, so we got him some markers to use. He's a cowboy western fan, so I got him that Creative Haven coloring book that has illustrations that were based on Western TV shows. I forgot which one it was, but I recommended to my dad that he should use markers for that. I think it was like a wood block. It was like heavy, dark lines, so it would be perfect for markers. So my dad would probably be the only one, I think, out of all my family and friends that still colors, but he doesn't do it every day or anything, not like me. Okay, so that is number 8. Number 9 is, do you go back and look at your old pictures? Not so much. I think the only time I would go back and look at old pictures if I was looking back to see about colors, or what pencils I used for that illustration that I colored, or if I was doing like scavenger hunt tags or something like that. I think that was the only time that I would go and look at my old colorings. But it's fun too. I mean, I'm going to be doing my whole completed colorings video hopefully in the next month, and I'm going to go back and see all of my colorings again. It's always fun to see where I was a couple years ago compared to where I am now. So for me, I think my skills with coloring is like a gradual change. I don't think I've seen so much difference, but I think the difference for me compared to the way I colored before is my confidence in using different mediums, I think, especially for backgrounds. Okay, number 10 is, if you aren't coloring, what other hobbies do you participate in? So, my other hobbies would be diamond painting. I got into diamond painting January of last year. I even told myself, I think in 2019, when Anne from A Colorful Life was showing diamond paintings on her channel, I was like, no, I'm going to stay away from diamond painting, because I know how I am. Like, once I start something, I can easily get addicted to it, like games and stuff. So I tried to stay away from it, but ever since I was sent one to review, I was addicted from then on. So diamond painting is the hobby I would do if I wasn't coloring. But right now, because we're going to be moving, I'm not doing any more diamond painting until after we move. I don't want to have like unfinished diamond paintings sitting around and getting lint and dust on it. So yeah, so that's another one. Other hobbies I like to do, I do crocheting and knitting, but haven't been doing that lately. I actually do a lot more reading, so it would be coloring, diamond painting, or diamond painting and reading, between those two. With reading, I would sometimes be listening to the book as I color or as I diamond paint. And I can't think of anything else. I mean, I play the piano, but I don't play it as much. And my son, Mason, won't let me play anyways. He'd rather be the one in the chair playing with my piano. So yeah, so what did I say? So it'll be coloring, diamond painting, reading, and crochet and knitting, usually when I have a project or a present to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't play that much games on the computer lately. Okay, so that is the last question. I can hear my son screaming at his sister, so I am done. I'm going to quickly say goodbye to everyone. I know this tag started like over a month ago, and I'm not sure who has already done this tag or not. So if you have not been tagged or have not done this tag yet, I tag you. Just remember to mention and link the creator of this coloring habits tag, which is Sassy Coloring. I will leave the link to both her channel and to her video for this tag in the video description, and also the links for Colorfully Optimistic. So yeah, so that is it. I gotta go. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all at my next video. Please take care, keep safe, and happy colorings. Bye bye.